Welcome to this year's Roadtrip 2015. My name is Eric Wittman. I'm the General Manager of the DevTools business here, and I'm really excited to talk to you today about how great teamwork gets more done. All teams share a few characteristics. They're all working in pursuit of shared goals, and to achieve them, they need to organize, discuss, and do things together. That's collaboration, that's teamwork. But more often than not, teamwork is a mess. It looks more like this: a windy path with a number of questions that people are always asking how to get back on track. Our products give teams a smooth path and help answer a lot of these questions. And ultimately, teams can get to done faster by giving them a shared way to organize, discuss, and do work as a team. At Atlassian, we work hard to improve how you organize, discuss, and do work using our products, with the goal of helping your teams get it done faster. Let's talk about how we help you do your work better. What's the number one tool for collaborating on content? Surprise, surprise, it's Word. And everyone goes through their own personal pain scale when it comes to collaborating around a document in Word. Level 1 is someone who's actually figured out how to turn on track changes and is able to actually collaborate within a single document. Congratulations, you found a new feature in Word. The second thing is that people who are actually starting to save as different versions of the document using multiple draft terms. So you have _draft 1, _draft 2, and oftentimes people lose where that latest draft is. Because of that, people end up commenting on old versions of the document. In this case, someone's actually commented on the old version of a draft, and now you have to figure out how to diff the changes between the old and the new. Then you've got a final document you've actually created, but someone has got to make some additional changes to the final version, and they now created another final version. Again, you don't know what the latest version of this document really is. And lastly, you have someone who comes in and says, hey, I just made a bunch of changes to your document. However, I forgot to turn on track changes. This is why we created Confluence. Confluence, you've got all these changes in a single page in one place. You always know what the latest version is, and you've got the ability to track all your changes, and it's really easy to go back in time and pull back changes that were made in the past. Now in Confluence in the past, it's actually been somewhat difficult to understand how do you get from draft to final. It wasn't really a smooth path. There's an example of how we collaborated on a page for the Roadtrip website. In this case, Rudy is the originator of the page, and he's actually drafting this document. Now the next step, of course, once Rudy's created this page, is he wants to share it with Ken and Sven, who are actually responsible for the content at this year's road trip. So Ken actually gets a notification via email. Now Ken gets into the page and he looks at the title, and he thinks it actually needs some work. So he actually goes and highlights the title itself. And now you'll notice that there's a new menu to create an inline comment on this page. So Ken adds his comment, and you can see that all the rich text functionality that you're used to from Confluence are available in Inline Comments. Additionally, Ken can actually @mention Sven so that he can have a look at this document as well and provide some comments. Sven gets a notification and he opens up the page. Now he can see in line to the page itself that there are comments associated with certain lines. He clicks on the first comment and he reads it, and he makes some headline suggestions. Again, you can use all the rich text features like bullet points all within these inline comments. Once Ken and Sven are done editing this page and making comments, Rudy now wants to take a look at it to make sure they haven't messed it up too bad. So he adds a comment that he prefers great teamwork gets more done headline, and he marks this issue is actually being resolved. And don't worry, you can always go back in time and see which issues have actually been resolved so you can get context in the future. Now you see that the text highlighting actually went away once that comment was resolved. Now in this case, you can see with Inline Comments, you've got a contextual experience. You can collaborate with multiple people on specific text, and it actually ends up being a much more productive collaboration experience than what you might have been doing with other products in the past. How Confluence with Inline Comments improves your teamwork, it fosters better transparency in the work that you're doing, and decreases the feedback loops so you can actually get it done faster. Atlassian's mission is to help great teams get more done. And one approach could be to try and build up the super full stack employee who can do all the things. But we know that great teams are multidisciplinary and that they can use our tools to help them organize work, discuss work, and do work in a much better way. Because the super team is about getting more done using Atlassian.